Got to get over the hump. Got jam in my legs, and I'm ready to spread. We're going all around the world for the funk today. Chico, Coach Jack said stop the disrespect.
You did.
LeBron to the Heat leak. ESPN cleaning house. Less than 45 days of Georgia Tech. We got so much to get into. It is time for TMR Live. Let's get it.
And is.
Wake up, Captain, drop a super chat now. Morning run go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. Hey,
runner, mount up. It is TMR Live with Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico Cleese, or they like to call us the biggest and the baddest, right here on the Pregame Network in your faces. You understand me? What's the day, Unc? 7:22?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Put your dubs up.
Is.
Put your dub in the chat and let us know where you represent from, whether it's from the East Coast to the West Coast, Pineapple to the Big Apple, Alaska to the Bahamas. Whichever way you go, put it in the chat. Let us know it's time to get live and it's time to represent. Shout out to Sunset Park. Remember that, Unc?
I do remember Sunset Park. And shout out to the day being Wednesday 22, because Rick Ross say we in room 222. She 22. I got 22. 22 is the day. We count that thing on down to Georgia Tech. Y'all know what y'all do. Get in the chat. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're checking in from. Debbie Garcia is in the building, checking in from Waco, Texas. I know C. Maven AI, Boston by the ocean. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chico.
Going down.
Do you know when you in Boston that car keys and khakis are said the same way? Like khaki pants, car keys? My khakis. I got my khaki pants on. I got my khakis. Yeah. Dude told me he couldn't find his khakis. I thought he was talking about his car keys. Yeah, he was talking about his khaki pants. I mean, what the hell? Look, they say the South talk funny.
Boston, yeah.
Shout out to Boston Mass, man. Toronto, by the way, New York is in the building.
Oh, no.
San Francisco, the Bay Area, where Scaria is in the building.
SF in the building.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dog, Larry June. Oh, no.
Shout out to that guy.
Sock it to me, baby.
Uh-oh.
Good job, Larry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what we said.
Yeah. Just an ad-lib. Hey. All right. Hey, man, we got some things to talk about today, whether it's 43 days away from Colorado football kicking off versus Georgia Tech in the ATL. We got to talk about that. Talk about Coach Prime has some draft eligible players according to the Shriners. So we'll get into that also. And we have some ESPN firings, Coach Tremaine Jackson sounding off. And I guess we can start with the Lebanon, the Lebatron, the LBJ, LeBron damn James. In a way.
Chico, I would love to hear your take on it, man, as we deep dive into it. For those that don't know, LeBron James has yet to announce which team he's going to. The commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, said, I wish he'd come on because we can't even do the schedule unless we know where he's going to play. One of the teams, Chico, that's in the finals for landing the services LeBron James is going back to the Miami Heat. And the Miami Heat media team accidentally, mistakenly, or in test mode, put up a YouTube link for July 27th for LeBron James press conference. Chico, was it a mistake? Was it intentional? Is it real? Or was it somebody just like, hey, I was just testing the system and we didn't mean nothing by it?
Well, let me say this. It was definitely real. As you can see right there, the Heat.
Oh, it happened.
Briefly, yeah, it definitely happened as they briefly published the YouTube live stream titled LeBron James Introductory Press Conference, July 27th, before they quickly took it down. So, and then I read also that they might have fired that intern that whose job it was to put that up. Now, you're supposed to put it in private mode or unlisted mode first, before you post it, because this can be a real thing. Like it's a mistake that can really happen. And apparently it really did happen. And the Heat are saying though that that they did that just in case LeBron was coming. They want to be set up. Is nothing confirming the signing. Um, it's only a placeholder. There's no confirmation with LeBron signing there. Do you think it was really just a mistake, or did someone hit publish too soon? Unc, I can err on the side of it was a mistake. If it was really an intern that did that, hey man, go set up the LeBron thing on YouTube. Go ahead, have it set up and be ready. Okay, I'll go do it. And then, he goes do it and he doesn't do it in the way. And the fans, everything is gonna be caught on the internet nowadays. The fans catch everything. So they were there to catch that. And it might have leaked the decision for LeBron.
So let me tell you this, man. And sometimes you can miss stuff. Hell, like I miss Allison. It happens. I get it. They just missed the mark. But here's the deal, Chico. Here's the deal. First of all, let's deal with that. It was a true leak, right? An intern shouldn't even be in the know that he's coming. An intern shouldn't even have the knowledge that a LeBron James is coming to the Heat, right? So let's say it's real. Let's say he is coming. The fact that somebody that far down the total poll know it wasn't going to be a good kept secret anyway. Now, let's say that the media head of the team told the staff, hey, just in case this guy come, let's get ahead of it, right? Go ahead and put some links up. Go ahead and get the graphics ready, because when this thing is announced, we don't want to be scrambling.
Right.
That could happen. I will tell you at the end of the day, though, the way LeBron and his team guard their information so closely, this has got to hurt the chances of the Heat if it wasn't legit. It's got to hurt the Heat if it was legit. Because he could easily say, like, damn, man, y'all can't even keep a secret. Like, I mean, if y'all gonna bungle this, y'all probably gonna bungle my wife's parking spot.
Yeah, or the cookies again.
Because it just shows a degree of lack of communication and aptitude. And I tell you this, Chico, again about this matter. They got to fire somebody. Like if LeBron behind closed doors is legit going to Miami and it got out this way, you got to fire somebody. If LeBron ain't made his mind up and Miami is in the finals and this still happened, you got to fire somebody.
Yeah, I think it's been reported that somebody has been fired. The intern been fired, and they might have. I don't know if that's a parody page or something, but it's saying that the job has already been posted online for a YouTube management spot with the Miami Heat. So, hey man, whoever did that was a bad fumble. You did leak it, and the war is going to go crazy with anything about LeBron coming out. So, hey, Miami might be the destination. I still think the Spurs is the best spot if he wants to prolong his career and have a chance to win. And that's the West Coast. And the East Coast, I do think the Sixers are right there leading the way. I think Miami is actually a long shot basketball-wise, but lifestyle-wise, and making the reports are saying that Savannah, the wife, wants to be in Miami. So, happy wife, they say, happy life. Maybe he wants to make the wife happy and go to Miami and feel like, hey, man, lifestyle's not bad down there either.
You left an important thing off there, Chico.
Which is what?
As it relates to Miami. And you're so skilled and deft, DEFT, at your knowledge of sports. I'm really surprised you left it off. Savannah is important.
Yeah.
Moving back to where you once lived and got a couple is important. But when you saw what happened with LeBron and his effort, and two teammates were hurt or unavailable, he's got to be attracted to, I got the Greek Freak and Bam.
Yeah, but
the Greek Freak is there. The Greek Freak, do you know what that relieves for LeBron as far as wear and tear of going to the back? One thing about LeBron, man, he is an extension of the coach on the floor. Like, he has the eyes and vision of a point guard. Now, at the age he is, he ain't got to be running down the paint trying to dunk on everybody. That's the freak job. you can orchestrate. You can work on that mid-range and how that three is coming back. Like, it's got to relieve a lot of pressure off his body to play with a guy like the Greek Freak.
Everything you just said, take that, replace the Greek Freak with Wemby.
Oh, same thing. And Wemby's even younger. That's why I said it months ago when you attacked me. I'm glad that you finally on board with me. But I said the season wasn't even over, and I said the best place for LeBron is San Antonio.
Well, see, that's probably why. It was the timing of it. The timing of it. Right after the finals, you want to go jump on there?
It ain't my fault.
Timing.
We do this live show together, and I be playing chess, and you be playing checkers. I can't help it. I see 2 or 3, 4 moves ahead. You have to catch up.
When I see the chessboard, I go over there, knock it over, and run, or stand there and say, "Fight me."
Let me tell you what you know. What? That's exactly right, Chico. Chico, have you ever played chess with a pigeon?
Man, I ain't never played. No.
Let me tell you what the pigeon gonna do during the chess game. Eventually, he gonna knock all the pieces over, shit on the board, and walk around like he won.
This is true. You
can't play chess with a pigeon, man. Like, it's just.
Yeah, man. Can't do that.
So let's go to put a bow on it. Accident, intended leak, or none of the above. Which one you say?
Accident over intended leak. I don't think they would have intended to leak that for no reason. It doesn't benefit them in any way, especially if they know if he might not go there. Doesn't benefit the Heat in any way. I think it was a real slip up because I've done it before and I've seen it done before. And it can happen just the way that it's set up on YouTube. So whoever did that was a slip up. But the reason for it is the question. Was it there just as a placeholder, in case he comes? Or did they really know that he's going to make this announcement on 27 and we need to be ready for it? Y'all let us know in the chat what y'all think.
I'm going to tell you a secret, Chico.
What's that?
This is not a well-kept secret. People know it. The first part. Before Coach Prime agreed to Colorado, he had other suitors.
That's right.
There were other colleges very much interested in his services.
Mm-hmm.
In between the time that he said yes to Colorado, he happened to mention to me, which I won't mention here, the 2 or 3 other schools that were calling him. Not that the love was reciprocated, they were calling him.
Yeah.
Without Coach Prime telling me, asking me, suggesting to me, I got with Alexis, who was doing our graphic design at the time, and I said, hey, cook up some logos based on these 4 schools. I didn't publish them. I just wanted to be ready no matter what happened. And I could see some overzealous intern who's just heard these rumors saying, man, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get ahead of this, and I'm going to show the bosses how ready I am when it's time. Because here's what I refuse to believe. And if this is not the case, shame on the Miami Heat. That thing was set to release on July 27th. That's still a week away, 5 days, next week.
Right.
If you have an intern knowing about this kind of major announcement that far out, you got problems.
Yeah.
They should only even know that like the day before.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was, see, I'm playing devil advocate right now. Maybe it was an intern in position like Alexis was with you.
Could be.
Maybe the intern was a nephew or a son of an executive with the Heat, and they were doing, hey, I'm gonna put you in this position. We got a position open. You need to slide up in that thing. He did that 2-3 weeks ago, or a month ago, or a year ago, right? He slid up in there. He got the YouTube spot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get you. Got some news. Hey, LeBron coming.
I'll say this though, Chico.
Go ahead and set it up.
Speed Hustle TV, Big Dog Chico is hell. It's strong. It's doing its thing. But I bet you a lot of people ain't got your login and password.
Is this true? He's
Whoever
true.
did this, Dude had to log into the account.
Yeah.
That just
moves.
ain't anybody. That's not an intern the way we think of interns. That's like you saying, that's an intern that's in the loop.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, he's out of the loop now. So that mistake right there, dog. You way out of the loop. Your ass gonna be at Jiffy Lube trying to get a loop. But anyways.
Speaking of why you had to pick lube? Why you had to pick something with lube in it?
You know what?
Let me tell y'all the perfect segue. We about to talk about the ESPN transitions. He could have said ESPN, but he said lube. Why?
You know what? I can admit when it might have been a bad one, but anyways. ESPN firings. ESPN layoff mostly tied to NFL network merger or acquisition, should I say?
Mm-hmm.
So with this happening, and they're letting people go. I think the last time they did was 2023. They let a lot of people go, and now amongst these people are, of course, some familiar faces: Cam Newton, Bart Scott, Ryan Clark, and so on. Talk to me about these firings. What you think about it, and how are you digesting this information?
I got to go generalization and 30,000 feet first.
Okay.
When you see a Linda Cohn retiring, and it was not like a real big farewell tour, like an annual tour, like she announced it about a month before it happened. And then when you see like mergers taking place, you know there's going to be casualties. Like, and I don't care if that's producers, interns, cameramen, or on-air talent. I can't have 5 people merge your 5 people, and now we have 10 when the budget calls for 7. Somebody leaving. Now, you hope that happens through retirement. You hope that happens through people pursuing other things, but then it gets to a point that somebody got to go. So that's like 30,000 foot view. As I come on down to get ready to land this thing at 15,000 feet, when you start looking at the people that they let go, it fails the eye test because a lot of people they let go look alike. And have the same kind of spunk, the same kind of je ne sais quoi, the same kind of urban appeal, if you will. That don't mean that's the case, but I'm just telling you what it looked like. Then when you put this thing down and the wheels are touching the ground, you look at a Ryan Clark, for instance, and where he started when he left the NFL. I mean, he was, in Scott Van Pelt's ear, like doing graphic stuff, like, behind the scenes. And he rose up to this and has become a quote unquote fan favorite. I don't think in any situation when you're signing the checks, when someone else is signing the checks, I should say, that anybody has job security. These people have contracts. These contracts expire. We don't know, as in you and I and our audience don't know what these people are like on the set when the cameras go off, whether they're good to work with, nice to work with. Everybody doesn't fit in a team dynamic. We don't know those things. But if we just go off of what we know, Ryan Clark was one of the better ones. Ryan Clark was one of the real ones. Ryan Clark represented the culture in his takes. And when you see him get dismissed, it almost seems to come across like it's an anti-culture in his voice and tone thing more than it's an anti-Ryan Clark thing. Like, we like you, Ryan, but you speaking for a segment that we really ain't trying to have somebody speaking for. That's what it smells like, Chico. That's what it feels like, Chico.
And reports are saying that he was laid off during a break while appearing on NFL Live. Like, that's how he found out. And they're saying that they wanted to let him know then because it was already being tweeted out there and they didn't want him to find out online. So they wanted to let him know right there.
Similar to the Miami Heat situation, it got out. Some sites like, I'm not going to mention all the sites. Some news media sites reached out to ESPN and said, hey, we heard this is happening. We'll hold it for an hour, but we're going to release it. They realized at that time he'll be actually live on the air when it gets released, so we need to tell him. And Brian Clark's tweets just today said, people are trying to say that I wasn't forced out. Well, they told me while I was on the air, and I asked them, does that mean right now? And they said yes. So I left right then.
Damn. That's
And when
crazy,
I hear
dog.
some of the things that other talent, on-air talent on ESPN say and who their views represent, I'm sitting here like, you ain't fired them. Which means you really don't have an RC problem. You have an RC mouth problem, and who RC is speaking up for. That's Chico. That's just the way it feels. That's the way it feels. That's the way it smells. ESPN can come out and say he was stealing donuts in the break room. I don't know. But it just, I will say this, though, Chico, to Ryan Clark and all the others. Papa may have, Mama may have, but God bless the child has got his own. You guys are in a
There you go.
space that you can have your own thing and reach more people than ESPN and don't have to worry about somebody firing you. I remember somebody telling me 6 years ago, Chico, oh man, you keep doing this, you're gonna be on ESPN. I said, why would I want to? Like I'm not trying to trade plantations.
Like, think about it. Like Master P said, think about it.
Yeah. If I don't want to be at work at 8 a.m. for the state of Mississippi, why I want to be at work at 8 a.m. for ESPN? It's still 8 a.m. Let me do my own thing, and I go to work when I want to go to work.
This is true.
But they're in a great position to now fully have their own thing. I know they've been doing their own thing, but they have some time now to really don't have to worry about what they say, speak how they truly feel, and have their own platforms and have their own information, their own sponsorships and their own dollars.
And that's what Cam Newton's message was on his show when he responded to it, because, some of the names, of course, let me go there. Ryan Clark, Carl Ravitch, Tom Pelissero, Cam Newton, of course, Bart Scott, Charles Davis, Stephanie Bell, David Lloyd, Andreas Hale for Combat Sports. But that's what Cam Newton was saying, dog. He said, you guys have a platform, you're on ESPN, use this to create for yourself outside of this, because you never know what will happen. Excuse me, I was watching an interview with Brian Hooks, who is an actor, and you might know him from 3 Strikes or Fat Beach, and he talked about that exactly. Do I want the billboards, or do I want to be in a position to do what I love, to do what I set out to do what I came out here in LA to do? That was to act and to make movies, to get paid for it. Now, whether my name is in the lights or whatever, who knows or who cares, but this is what I'm here doing. And then on the side, I need to set up to go do other things, TV shows and whatever. And so if you look at Stephen A. Smith, I think he learned from Shannon Sharpe. After Shannon Sharpe got let go, he was like, damn, he got let go, but he still has Shay Shay Media. He still have Club Shay Shay. So he might not be on Fox, but hell, he's in our faces. He got Nightcap now, and is not owned by ESPN or Fox, And so I think Stephen A. Smith came out after that. He did Straight Shooter Media. You got the Stephen A. Smith show that's on YouTube, and that's independent of ESPN, where he can come on there and say what he wants to say after his day job is over. So that's what all these personalities need to be doing, setting themselves up for success independently, whether they're on ESPN or not.
As great as all that is, look what ESPN has done for Pat McAfee. He done stuck all that together. He got his own thing independent of them that they broadcast for him on their other network, and it's live on YouTube when the hour change.
Come on now.
Like it's amazing. It's amazing what they can do when they want to do it.
When they want to do it. Now, Pat, not the only one out there that set himself up for success like that, going with it's like a rapper having success and selling records before signing to a major label, being independent. And now it's plenty of other rappers, there's plenty of other sports shows out there also. Pat's not the only one, it's just, do those majors want to go out there and sign those guys and have that voice on their platform, which is what you were saying about Ryan Clark. As good as he was, you speaking for some people that, I don't know, that's not our
demographic. We're getting a lot of letters about your commentary, and that's not who we were trying to be the voice of. Man, I get it. Hey, y'all know the rules around here. All super chats make it to the screen.
That's right.
Super chats will be read on screen. So while we're on C Maven AI with the $10 super duper, the public sees a firing. The contract may reveal a finance transition. Until the guarantees, severance, and release provisions are known, The true economic winner cannot be determined. Great point, C. Maven AI, because as I said earlier, I don't know the inner workings of what the agreements are and what these people were doing at work. I'm just going off the smell test and the eyeball test. And a lot of times, you'll know how it is in our culture, when we see somebody get fired, we ball up our fists because we're looking at the loss, not what they may be winning. And I'm saying to the world, this is going to end up being a win from Ryan Clark.
Yes, indeed. Still has the pivot and everything else that he's doing on the outside. So keep doing your thing. RCZ, go Sheezy.
And you know, Chico, even though he has the pivot already in his own thing, you know damn well, Chico, that even though while he's on the pivot in his own thing, he has to monitor what he says in his takes because of his main thing. Because when you work for someone like ESPN, you don't just work for them while you're on the air.
Right. Well, see, I think that's the difference with Stephen A. Smith and how he set it up for some, however he has it set up to where, I think he talked about this too. He has it set up in his contract to where he can go outside the ESPN platform and talk about those political issues that he wants to talk about.
Yeah, but notice he's talking about the ones that they agree with, though. I
No.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Chico.
Once again, you are correct.
Just saying, Chico. Hey, like the savvy lawyer does in the courtroom, say something he know he shouldn't say, and the judge say strike it. It won't happen again, y'all. But the jury done heard it. The jury done heard it.
You heard it. You heard it.
They heard it. Well, hey,
yes,
my bad.
indeed.
My bad.
Hey, chat, y'all let us know, man. Join the conversation. Get in here. All super chats will be read, like you just saw that one from C. Maven AI in the
Chico,
building. Yes, sir.
Firing can be, for lack of a better word, disrespectful. And while we're talking about disrespect,
that's right.
We got to give a shout out to our main man, swag champion, Coach Jackson down at the Prairie View, who took it to the ground to let the world know, let the Texas High School Coaches Association know. Prairie View ain't with the BS. We ain't standing for the disrespect no more. No. I don't know if the world knows, Chico, why Manny gets ready to tee it up, but annually in each state, there are always coaches conferences, where there are high school coaches, college coaches. You have the Black Coaches Association. There are coaches conferences all summer long.
Right.
And much like those invitation bowl games, like the Senior Bowl or Shrine Bowl or whatever, they pick staff from the most recent winners to do the presentations.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jack took it to the gram, and we'll play it in a second, to say, went to a fabulous conference. Texas does a great job. But how is it we the only college in Texas to win a championship, and none of my assistants were on the program to do workshops?
Damn. Make it make sense. Please do that. Roll that beautiful green footage.
So I got this issue, and I normally don't do like videos and all that stuff, but I just couldn't sit on my hands and feeling like our program had been disrespected, our coaches especially, or even our players. And so anytime that happens, we're certainly going to say something. We just came from coaching school, THSCA coaching school, phenomenal event, always has been, always will be. I've been to a lot of states. Nobody does it like the THSCA. Everybody thinks they're doing a great job with high school football. I think the state of Texas does it better. I'm biased. I'm from Texas, whatever. There was college coaches there speaking on football, clinicking on football. And my issue was, why weren't our coaches there? We heard that coaches were invited. I found out that coaches were invited based off of last year's results. We've moved on, but last year's results, if that was the case, if that was the criteria, then somebody should have invited our assistant coaches. Our coordinators, our position coaches did a phenomenal job. We're the only school in the state of Texas to play for a national championship. Regardless of the result, we were the only school in this state to get there. We were the only ones to get there. Top defense in the state, one of the top offenses in the state. All due respect to those guys, we had some guys that were way in the back statistically compared to our coaches and compared to our team. And so if that's the criteria, then why weren't they selected? Why weren't they invited? And I can only think of one thing. It has nothing to do with any of the fluff that you might say. My issue with the THSCA coaches board that picks clinic speakers is you don't respect our ball. And I'm sitting here and I'm getting about tired of that. You don't respect our ball because we're a historical black college. You don't respect our ball because you thought Prairie View was something that Prairie View A&M is not anymore. And I'm from this state. I know the good old boy network. I get it. That time is over with. Prairie View A&M plays real ball. We play real ball. We coach real ball. We recruit real football players. And so whatever you thought it was, it ain't that anymore. So I don't need you to text me and call me and say, hey, Jack, what are you doing? Jack know exactly what he's doing. Jack is calling out the nonsense that continues to happen when it comes to our football at Prairie View A&M. We will not sit on our hands and be disrespected anymore. If you wanted to give coaches in the room some more good stuff to hold on to and take back to their team, then you should have invited our coaches. And I understand that you should have invited them. So we're not going to sit here and act like it shouldn't have happened. We should have been there. They should have been there. They earned it.
There you go.
One of the things I love, Chico, is much like The Rock, much like my man Kenneth I. Stokes. Coach Jack went third person on him. Y'all go say Jack no. Jack know what he's saying.
Jack know exactly what he's saying, what he's doing.
He thought it was, but it wasn't, in the words of Tupac.
Right.
You know, Chico, one of the things I love about what he put out there is that if winning coaches, the most recent winning coaches, are the ones who lead for the next year, why not us? And if why not us, then what is it? Is it because, y'all looking at 50 years ago, 30 years ago, and Prairie View wasn't a winning program? Is it because my staff looks like me? Or is it because y'all really don't believe that HBCUs have quality football? You got to pick one, Chico.
Yeah.
You got to pick one. And I was always of the mindset, as you know, Chico, graduate of HBCU at Jackson State, you were recruited by HBCUs. You went on visits there to Tuskegee and everywhere. Those guys play ball.
Hell yeah.
Those guys tackle, block, and catch. And I would say, even right now, this moment in the NIL era, the skill positions from the power forward to swag, 4-3 is 4-3 receiver, 6'2" corner, 6'2" corner. The only difference is in the depth in the trenches.
Mostly, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you got a few 5-stars on the outside and things of that nature, but the difference is not that much. You feel me?
No.
It's football, dog.
It's 45-pound plates in all them weight rooms.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you're throwing up 225, 45 times. I don't care what you're doing to that. You're throwing it up 20. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was honored and glad to see a head coach that looks like me, a head coach from an HBCU, stand up and say, "Hey, y'all, we ain't playing these games in 2026." And Chico, we see it on the media side. So many times, people who are now quote unquote experts in media, they were only experts because of their access. And now that you have coaches like Coach Jack at a Prairie View, like a Coach Jack up there at Delaware, or Vic at Norfolk, or Prime in Colorado, who make sure a guy that looks like Chico gets access, then it becomes a problem. Right. Like a fine bomb being able to walk around in Alabama locker room was never a problem, but a Chico being able to walk around in Norfolk locker room is a problem.
Is a problem. Yeah.
It just ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, Chico.
Hell no. They're not trying to stand for that right there. What the hell is going on? Why does he have access and I don't? That's what it is.
Yeah.
In the hood terms, it's pocket watching, access watching. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Access watching.
Like face ass.
Face ass.
Access face ass.
Damn, dog. So, hey, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section, man.
Let me ask you this, and take out for a second, if we can, that Coach Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Should coaches respond like this, or should they just let it lie?
No, I like it.
Okay.
I like it because, like he said, he's not going to stand for no disrespect of his program. And this right here is a slap in the face, blatant, what did they finish? 10-4 last season, SWAC championship. In the period
and went to the national championship.
Went to the national. Right. Yeah. And they were not invited to present any football clinics or in all these teams. Other teams were invited: Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Texas State, Baylor, North Texas, TCU, SMU, UTEP, Abilene Christian, Trinity University, and no Prairie View. After their success, I think he's done with it. Dog. Forget that. This is not the Prairie View of old, and this is not no disrespect to any other coach. This is not a coach that's going to sit back and watch and let it happen. You know, I'm from this state. And I know what I'm doing. I have confidence in what I'm doing. I'm confident in myself. I can stand up and say this. That's why he said I know exactly what I'm doing, because coming from there, he knows that it could be some consequences that come behind these type of actions, right? So I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm standing on it in the young folks term. I'm standing on business, as they would say. I think the players see it, they respect it, even if they don't understand the full nuances of it or the history of it or anything of that nature. They see it and they respect it, and they know if they have a coach that's not going to bend over, for them. He's going to stand up for them.
Yeah, Coach Jackson is not the kind of brother that dances when there ain't no music or scratches waiting on itch or walks around with his hat in his hand and begging for nothing.
And balling.
There's another, when you talk about the nuances, Chico, there's another nuance to this, why I fully support him standing up and saying something. When you read through the litany of coaches that were schools that were represented and presenting, we got to keep in mind those are Texas colleges standing up in front of Texas high schools. One thing about the state of Texas and its size and its geography and its talent from its high schools and how they fund their high schools, you can have a successful college program in Texas and not recruit outside the state of Texas.
Right.
So when you take a school like Prairie View, just so happens to be the black school left out, and you don't let them stand in front of high school coaches ain't going back to their players and saying, hey, I met this coach at Prairie View, man. Like, you should consider going there. Like, there's a recruiting ripple effect, an exposure ripple effect, a networking, even from hiring high school coaches. Coach Prime himself met Coach Neeb at a couple of camps over the years, and Coach Neeb is now in Colorado. So it's not just recruiting of players, it's a recruiting of coaches pipeline. And you block off a championship participant from having his day in front of the room.
It's intentional. From all the things you just said, that has to be intentional. Blockage right there.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Jack for standing up. I agree with
you. Yeah, man. Keep doing your thing, dog. Anytime you want to have a platform to say something, you got it right here. TMR Live. You feel me?
Because we don't have to ask ESPN if we can say something ahead of them on.
Ain't lying. Let me see. We got another super chat that came in from C Maven AI. We have to.
I know the deal. All supers on the screen. All supers will be read. C Maven AI with the $21 super chat. Appreciate that, love.
Appreciate you.
I think this is back in relevance to contracts and firings at ESPN. Some made millions cycling through NFL mock drafts 1, 2, 3, 4. The next generation must own data, tools, and infrastructure, not just attention. A podcast rents attention, and enterprise captures its value. I thought gonna see Maven, man, be dropping bars on y'all ass. Because you're exactly right, Steve Maven. That's Mel Kiper.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, positioned himself as a draft expert, and the world believes it because he says about himself, and it don't even damn matter now how often he be wrong.
Yeah. Started it first, been doing it the longest.
Yeah. Owns the data.
You ain't lying. Well, let's go, man. We got 43 days on.
Yeah, 43 days to Georgia Tech, to week 1, start of Colorado football. Chico, there's a lot of things to be excited about for this season. You got a new staff, you got a new quarterback, you got an influx of new players. You name it, you claim it. What has you the most excited for this week 1? What's going to be your eyeball test? What do you want to see? What are you looking forward to 43 days from now, week 1, Georgia Tech hosting the Colorado Buffaloes?
I think you said it. New players. And the list of new players that we have that's coming in, the guys that have made plays at other places before, that's what I'm excited about, to see these guys in this go-go offense. I mean, you know what? What'd you say, a litany of things?
Yeah.
It's litany and a plethora and a multitude of things that I'm excited about. And it will be the players and the coaches and the scheme, a healthy coach prime, and excited fan base that's going to be wearing a lot of TMR gear out there in the stands. So shout out to the Shriners Children East West Bowl as they rank their top 1,000 draft eligible players, and they had 16 from Colorado,
Wow.
including. Let me just pull this up right quick because they say Colorado and Coach Prime can't recruit or doesn't recruit very well. Well, the experts seem to think otherwise because they have on this list Boo Carter, Justin England, Toby Anene, Balasama Kamara, Santana Hopper, Leonga Lafau, Gideon ESPN Lampron, Randon Fontanet, Zach Atkins, DeAndre Moore, Danny Scudero, and Cam Perry on this list right here, Unc. So that tells you that it's a lot of talent on this team. I'm excited about these guys showcasing that talent in the offense that Coach Brandon Marion is bringing and the defense that Coach Marv is constructing. And so that's what I'm excited about. Everything overall, and Julian Lewis going back home to start his college career as the head man, as we presume, the head man under center for the Colorado Buffs.
Mm.
That's
I
what
don't have anything that you ran down that I could disagree with. I love all of that. Love absolutely all of it. I would tell you this though, Chico. The go-go offense and this quarterback, naturally, this is football. You want to see that. Can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, this litany, plethora of new players coming in, both sides of the ball. But even with the staff changes, I'm going to go with one particular staff change, one particular side of the ball that I'm most interested in seeing. Because I have data points on the go-go offense at Coach Marion's previous stops.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing our defense and what Coach Marr puts together. Because a lot of times we watch one side of the ball, the offense, and I know teams change, coaches change, but if you look at the history of Colorado, we haven't really considered how much the defense was letting us down and not stopping or containing drives, giving up a big play and thereby losing the game by 2 or 3 or 4 points. And there's not a lot of data points out there, fair data points. You don't have enough data points of entry to really know this is what a Coach Marv defense looks like. We see him as a person, as a coach. We see him all coming together, but we haven't seen it in the game. And I'm really looking forward to, because keep in mind, what does his defense do every day? Practices against that go-go offense.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to what is our defense going to do? What is its capabilities of stopping people? Because I can give that quote-unquote benefit of the doubt from a data point perspective to the offense in the go-go system. But I think this Georgia Tech game week 1 it gets to be a stamp on what is the Coach Marv system. What does it look like? Will we really finally, Colorado, and again, I know teams change in this new era of football, but will this be the Colorado defense that can stop the run and not give up a 3rd and 15 that extends the drive and lose a game by 3 points?
Yeah. Well, I think you know what will help that, Unc?
What's that?
The damn run game.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Marion has been on here talking about how he's going to be running the football behind this big offensive line, who he's very confident in. You know, we've heard the comments he made, you know, comparing them to Texas and things of that nature. But, you know, he's been there. He's seen them guys up close and personal. He can tell you, it reminds me of a time. Put them circles in the chat right now. Put them circles in the chat right now. It reminds me of a time when I first got to UAB and I was out there and I assessed the talent. Right?
Yeah.
And I called home. Shouts out to my guy, Reggie Glover, who went on to star at Alabama State. I called home to Reggie Glover and my other homeboys who I played football with in high school, who didn't either have a scholarship or they were at a smaller school. And I said, get y'all ass up here right now, because I see what's around and I know what y'all can bring.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, you can take this job.
You can take this job. Because I've seen it. I can tell you right?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I'm just gonna say that because what I've seen, what I've said, and what I know. So I think him saying that is just showing that, hey man, I know what we have in Colorado right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm about to run behind. I've seen what I've had in the past, and look
Okay.
what I've done with it.
Okay.
30 plus points, 35 to be exact. Come on, dog.
Okay.
I'm about to run the hell out the ball. I'm about to run the air out this bitch is what Brendan Marion said. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all can say what the hell you want to say, but hold my beer.
Cook.
I'm telling you now.
Cook.
And he got the backs to do it too.
Cook.
At least 4 of them.
Cook.
Man, shit.
Let me
Run the
throw
hell out
another
the
log
ball,
on the
dog.
side. Let me, as Goody Marble said, let me take a chop at that lumber. One of the things, and this is, you talk about Marion, I'm going to go up one level and go to Coach Prime.
Yeah.
One of the things Coach Prime has articulated throughout last season, particularly the end of the season, something that had to be fixed in the recruitment process that was fixed, and now we're less than 45 days of seeing it on the field, leadership. We always look at, when people come from other schools, what were their stats at the other school?
Mm-hmm.
And you should do that. But here's one thing I love that Coach Prime pointed out to me, and I may have these numbers wrong, so don't hold me to the specific numbers. At one point, the first 17 people he brought in that were going to play this year, 11 of them were captains where they had come from. Compare that to the previous year, we go 4-9, and we don't have a damn captain. We don't have anybody lined up in front of the team when the team is stretching during the game.
Yeah.
And one time it was just all
That's
specialists.
Crazy. That's crazy. That could never happen on a successful football team. No disrespect to the specialists.
No, none. No disrespect.
Shit, coach.
But if I got 5 captains up there for my 5 rows, let's just go with that, even though it could be 6 or 7. And I ain't got nothing but the specialists, because that's the only group that's quote unquote doing right or giving me captain energy or leadership material. When maybe in the past you might have just one specialist up there.
Just one. All we need is one.
Yeah. But we went a whole season.
That's crazy.
With no L's and limited D's, Paul. And I want to see, because I do believe that Coach Prime has fixed that through his selection process, recruitment process. But now I want to see, okay, what does that translate to in August? And then what does it translate to in the first Thursday of September at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on ESPN?
You ain't lying. Let me say this about leadership, Unc.
Talk to me.
I think because you just broke it down how he addressed it with the players and things like that. Well, I guess this would be obvious, but he definitely addressed it also, not just with the players, but with the coaches, with the 2 guys he has there with Marv. And I think he brought in Coach Marv knowing, of course he did, knowing his background and what he could be elevated to. And Coach Brendan Marion, natural leaders and teachers, right? And young guys who have been there and played the game. I think it starts there. When you have coaches that players can easily follow, easily understand, the communication is fluent right there, man, you're going to have players that respond a lot better, faster. They're going to want to learn. They're going to want to work. They're going to, just like Shador has spoken about Coach Monken and any other coaches in the past, I don't want to let my coach down because I know he cares about me. He wants me to succeed. I want to do everything I can. So that's what you're going to see from these players out there on the foot. It's going to translate from you see them. I think Coach Mack just posted them at Pasta J's with the running back and team bonding and things like that. It's going to translate from Coach Prime, Country Prime, to the locker room, to the weight room, to Pasta J's. Shout out to Pasta J's. Y'all need to holler at us too. To anywhere on Pearl Street where they go and hang out. It's going to translate onto the football field. I guarantee that. Watch me now.
I love it, Chico. And the way you drove that train down that track there, it brings me back again to my number one look for on Marv. Because ain't nobody crazy, particularly Coach Prime ain't crazy. Coach Prime knew Coach Livingston was leaving at some point. The assumption then was he was leaving next year. And so let me bring in an heir apparent to that. So I bring in a former defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech that had set out a year, known to be a prolific linebacker coach, and bring him as a linebacker coach. And lo and behold, less than 2 months after I bring him in, the DC does move on. and the guy brought in to be the heir apparent for next year moves up immediately.
Right there.
Which is another reason, like, man, I can't wait to see this all come together. This new offense with this new quarterback, these new players who have leadership characteristics. Because one of the things that we had in the past is that you had some dynamic talent. You had a Cameron, someone Craig, a Shiloh. Of course, you had Travis back there. You had a Shador. You had some dynamic talent that's like, you know what? They can get us out of any situation. Now what you have is these systems that are predicated on, I don't have to have 3 or 4 Supermans. I got a team full of guys. All I need to do is just do their job. Be where you're supposed to be.
Be where you're supposed to
We
be.
don't have to make heroic plays. I don't have to roll out Shador in the rain to his left and find DeJounte Wester sliding down to his knees to win the game. Like that, don't get me wrong. I love winning that game, but I don't have to have that with this system and these players. I just need these players to do your job.
Speaking of his system, the offensive production since 2018 for Coach Brendan Marion at Howard, 2018, offensive coordinator, 33.6 points per game. 2019, William and Marion, offensive coordinator, 25.2 points per game. That's up 13.6 points from the previous year. Improvement there. 2021, Pittsburgh, wide receiver coach, 41.4 points per game. Easky. 2022 at Texas, passing game coordinator, 34.5 points per game.
Are you preaching?
2023, UNLV offensive coordinator, 34.4 points per game. 2024, UNLV offensive coordinator, 36 points per game. That's a school record. And at 2025 at Sacramento State, he was the head coach, 33.8 points per game, according to these stats right here. Now, no disrespect to Howard, William and Mary, Pittsburgh, Texas, UNLV, Sacramento State. If he's saying that this offensive line is as good as Texas, and not including the big left tackle, Big Banks, who went on to get drafted, and he averaged 30-plus points right here and 40 in one case, I'm excited to see what he's going to do here. I hate to put it on him, but I would say at least 32, 33 points is what I'm expecting out there. But let's just run the football too.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm loving to see.
Yeah, I love that, man. Looking forward to these 43 days. Can't go fast enough to get here. I'm ready for some ball, ready to see it. Of course, we got August camp coming up in about 14 days, getting underway. No, less than 14 now, starting camp in August, and then hitting the road that first weekend to Georgia Tech. Speaking of the first Georgia Tech, Chico,
what's that?
Yeah, I'm not a bulletin board guy. I'm not a bulletin board material guy. Like Chico can't do nothing to make me do more than what I'm already gonna do. I come to perform every day. Like outside noise don't make me, oh, now I'm really gonna get you.
Okay.
But I saw our former player, Colorado, I got Taufik, who's now with Georgia Tech. He posted a picture, posted up in front of the Colorado Georgia Tech score from last year. He was on the Colorado team that lost.
Ross Clyde Big Man. You can't be doing that right there, Big Man. Let me pull this up right here. Looks like Colorado transfer defensive tackle Taufik Thomas is excited for a game 1 against his former team. And you see right there. Yeah, a little bit.
I'm asking you as a former player, not an analyst.
Okay.
Does that kind of thing motivate you, Chico? Like, okay, all right, watch me run the ball on you. Like, you know, what do you do?
Oh, you okay? If I'm a Colorado player and I saw this,
yeah,
I'm like, damn. I'm looking at it like, damn. Like, first of all, if I'm a player and I'm now at Georgia Tech, or if I'm a player that, lost this game, I'm not going to stand beside that picture. I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to avoid that picture. If anything, that's a game I lost. And I was on the field.
Yeah.
And I like Big Taufik. I talked to him a couple times after the game.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what? let me give it the benefit of the doubt, but I can't be crazy. I was gonna be like, did he know that the picture was right there? Hell yeah, he knew the picture was right there. He knew it was right there. I wouldn't do it. And if I'm a player of Colorado, I'd be like, man, he crazy and go on. But yeah, I'll definitely be wanting to run the ball on him and smash him in the mouth. Pause. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It would be a byproduct for me if I was 18, 19, 21, 22. Having coached and been around Feek over the years, I know that he has a personality like that.
Yeah.
You know, he can troll and push buttons. That's what he does. So it's like because I know him, I'm not overly bothered by it because that's his personality.
Right.
You know, and but as a player, like for instance, if I were a running back for Colorado, you know, I would go to Mary and say, "Hey, man, draw that first one up where I go to where he at."
Well, then again, you know, I don't need any extra motivation.
No,
you know, like you say, my product. Yeah. But he's definitely kind of putting a target on him for an extra shot or extra effort or whatever you want to call it, you know.
You know how you get up off the bottom of the pile and you use somebody's head to get up? Yeah.
You know, I know about getting up off them piles now, for sure. I'm stepping on somebody. You know what? I'm dead serious.
No, we know you're dead serious.
Red circles in the chat one time because we talked about getting up off piles, and I mentioned my boy Reggie Glover from Alabama State, who I tried to get to UAB, who actually came there for half a semester. Then he went back to Alabama State. I think they had NIL before we knew it back then, but somehow he disappeared before December. He was gold.
You think Saban just coincidentally retired when everybody else was gonna be able to do what he was doing?
Next thing I know, Alabama State.
Y'all not withdraw that. Jury disregard.
Right. Hey, next thing I know, Alabama State was recruiting me to leave UAB to come down.
He went up there and told his boy, like, man, you know, he said, I got a guy back there at UAB, and we call him. He ain't much of a tight end, but in that pile, we call him pile driver.
But I was saying that to say this. Speaking of the pile, when we were playing Little League football, now he's from the neighborhood that, you know, I played football in too. So in the neighborhood before the actual game on the field, you know, our Little League game, he came around the neighborhood where he was playing and he hurt his ankle, right? So I knew he had a hurt ankle. He was a running back. He reversed the field. So I knew he had a hurt ankle. But this mug was so savvy, he showed up to the game with the ankle brace on, the opposite ankle, the ankle that wasn't hurt, right?
So people would.
I didn't know this. So when I got up off the pile, I remember telling him, "You my homeboy," but I pushed up on his ankle that I saw with the ace bandage on. And he told me, "Aha, that ain't even the right one."
Because he know you the dirty Joe.
He knew I was gonna try something. That's crazy. All of that happened in the pile. I pushed up off. He said, "That ain't even the right one." So I said that to say this, dog. Yes, you can put a target on yourself, and you can add a little extra, you know, on the pile right there.
Like I told him, they used to call Chico pile driver. Like anything goes in the pile with Chico. Some of the new runners out there, y'all might not recall this, but one time I asked Chico as we get ready to close. I asked Chico, I said, "Man, what do you miss most about playing college ball?" He could have said camaraderie, the locker room, the road trips, the championships, the bowl games. This joker said, "I miss the bottom of that pile, everybody's legs twisted up." Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I said, "I miss the scrums and the, you know, whole bunch." You know what? Let me just. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. It's just some being in those trenches and going head to head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Head to head.
Head to head.
You know what?
In the pile.
Damn. Damn, football sounds so freaky now. All of a sudden.
When you play it does. It sounds like a sport for everybody else. But
hey, speaking of bottom of the piles, the reason why I don't wear necklaces anymore, I've had so many ripped off in football in those piles.
Absolutely.
I think what literally reached in and ripped my necklaces off multiple times to the fact of where I can't keep buying them, dog.
I'm not going to name the schools. I'm not going to name the player. I am going to say you got to always ask people what something is before you let them put it in your hand. Why is that, Neela? Glad you asked. Player come off the sideline one day, kind of reached into his pants to give me something to hold. He said, Coach, hold this. I was like, man, what you get? What you got? I snatched that joker chain off. I touched him. Like, I'm not finna hold that.
See what I'm saying, dog? See what I'm saying? Why, man?
That herringbone been around your nuts now.
Why? And see, people laughed at me when I went out there, when Shador ran out there on the field, when he had his chain on and they rushed the field.
Yeah.
And I told them the reason. I was like, man, I could just imagine somebody reaching in and ripping his chain off and
then I steal it from them.
But
not to give back, but just deliver it. I let this little 16-year-old white kid from Colorado Springs steal it, and then I get him.
And then there you go.
Hey, that we call booking. You booking about it.
Go ahead, steal it. Go ahead, steal it. Give me that mother. Nope. But see, that's why I had that in my head, because it happened to me. Being in crowds like that, anything can happen. So I saw that, I'm sure at least a $250,000 chain. I said, shit, you ain't finna rip it on my watch. At least I'm gonna see who did it. And then, so anyways, long story short.
Short story short, if you go to a game and when Colorado wins and everybody rushes the field, there's no better place to rest your head than the beautiful Boulder Broker. So make sure, hit the boulderbroker.com, make your reservations. When you check in, you let them know Uncle Neely sent you, they're going to take 20% off of your stay.
20%?
20%. And they won't even make you wait.
Okay. Hey, sound like some type of deal I would like to see right there, Unc. Go right there to the Boulder Broker. Hey, we got I played the video last show, and I wanted to make sure I put a link in the chat when I get a chance. But it is for the Dairy Arts Center, the event that's called the Women's Cut, and it's the event that's sponsored by Miss Denise Smith. It's going down August 27th, 2026. Open Studios presents the Women's Cut, a diary at the Dairy Arts Center, and it's a short film featuring women in wild places. So check that out. We're going to have Miss Cheyenne Smith, who is the daughter of Denise Smith, but she's also in the film. We're going to have her on before it actually airs on the 27th of August. So y'all stay tuned for that. And before we go, we'll play a clip from that to where y'all can be up on it and everything else. And you got any comments or questions, leave them in the chat. And if you need any insurance, y'all could go holler at Miss Denise Smith and protect what matters most. And she's the State Farm agent in the Denver metro area, right there in Aurora, Colorado. Y'all see the address right there, 1278 South Chambers Road. Make sure y'all give her a call at 303-343-3515 and do something that you would thank yourself for later. That is, get yourself covered with insurance. DeniseSmithInsurance.com. Go there and get you some. Tell her that Uncle Chico sent you with your face.
You better.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Until next time, let's one last thing to play, Unc. This from Diggity Shador Sanders. I'm gonna play this. I just want to get Uncle Neely's comments on it. All right, you ready? Ready, so go.
Social comments. I look at DMs from like my aunties and uncles that really show love. I really appreciate them. I look at those DMs and I show love, and I always have like the most respect because I don't know, they just always was there. So a lot of the big
Talking about respect. Go ahead, Unc. What you think about that, if anything?
Shador feeds off positivity, man. And one of the things I want to make clear about that, that doesn't mean that negativity derails him. Right? He has a baseline that his faith and upbringing allow him to stay above. But the positivity really gets him going. You talked about it earlier, Chico, with his new coach and how he doesn't want to let that coach down. You better believe the CU aunties, the JSU aunties, the people who still support him and DM him, who never been Browns fans before, rock his gear because they remember his college days, whatever school it was. He don't want to let them down either. Like he sees the people in that jersey. He wants to make you proud to wear that jersey.
Right.
And one of the things I loved about that interview is like, look, man, ain't nobody learned lesson more than I have with the fall I took. He said, but the wisdom I gained in that process compared to the money I lost, I would take the wisdom any day. What I learned from that is way more important for the rest of my life than had everything gone as planned.
Yeah.
So just to maturity, I mean, his nickname been grown for a long time. He ain't just earned that nickname. Shout out to that guy, to Shadiggity. Great interview. Y'all go rock with that. Much love to the CU aunties who continue to support the players that Coach Prime brought into Colorado.
For sure. Shout out to
Some of the players that Coach Prime brought into Colorado because they weren't going there without Coach Prime. Don't get that twisted.
Hey, y'all, W Grown in the chat. Spam the chat right now with Grown in the chat right now if you haven't already. All right, we'll play this clip. Well, actually, we're going to do the outro, and then we'll play the clip on the outro. Y'all will see it.
You know, and actually, before you do the outro and play the clip, I know you ain't finna get out here and not mention UncleChico.Shopify and getting that gear.
No, you got to go there and get you some gear. UncleChico.myshopify.com. Get you some gear and put yourself in the running to be on the sideline with Uncle Neely pregame of any Colorado game that he sees you at and wearing the gear. Go there, get you some new gear. UncleChico.myshopify.com. Shout out to Randy Walker. Shout out to Miss Debbie Garcia and everybody else who was on the site and got them some gear and already ready. Hey, man, we only got a few weeks left, so you better get them now so they'll be in.
And let me throw this out, Chico. We've already talked about what would happen if we see you at a game with gear on. Don't sleep on rocking gear at your crib while you watch the game.
And
post it, tag us, because we got special prizes and discounts coming from those people too.
We can send them directly to you.
You order some merch and you're watching the game or you're kicking it with your people barbecuing, take a picture in the merch, put it on the gram or Facebook, tag us in it. We got something special coming for you, which might even include, Chico. Just happen to have some of it handy right here. It might even include autographed merch.
And we got some other things that we're not going to. There's going to be some surprises in there. You know, might be a collar shirt. It might be a towel. It could be. Shout out to You brand. It could be some shades that y'all could wear.
And let me drop this on them, Chico. Renee Rainey, the good Lord is my witness.
Shout out to Renee Rainey.
Might even be some tickets.
Might be some tickets. It might be some new merch like this right here. You feel me? Ski got the big joke going on. Bro. I'll let you know when you get a chance, man. Go to UncleChico.myshopify.com. Got new merch coming. So appreciate y'all for all the support out there. Unc, you want to leave them with something before we go?
I'm going to leave them with this, Chico, man. Across the nation, from coast to coast, there's a dangerous heat wave. Y'all be safe. And y'all remember these two things, how to survive these temperatures. 1, drink plenty of water. And number 2, watch how you talk to me. It's too hot to talk smart to a pimp. Watch your mouth now. Watch your mouth in this heat. Chico's always, Chico, that's all I'm saying. Watch your mouth in this heat.
They want to get hip slapped. Damn.
I'm just trying to put you up on game.
I didn't think that's where we were going with it, Bob.
Well, you asked. You asked, Chico.
You're right. I did ask. Well, they've been asking to see some more merch. And just go there and get you some. Go to the website, get y'all some. And y'all see some new merch. All right. Until next time, we appreciate y'all. This is the biggest. That is the baddest. And we're going to be up and about this thing.
Pinkies.
For your haters in the back. Appreciate y'all, man, in a major way, for real, for real. So let's go down to the clip so we can get up and about here. Appreciate y'all.
Bears Ears National Monument is on the brink of banning highlining.
The Bridger Jacks Towers in Indian Creek are hard to reach.
You really just have to get down and dirty with the uncomfortable.
The highline on top of them is not done very often.
4 women, 2 towers.
When I started highlining, I couldn't do these projects with all women because there literally weren't enough women in the world who could climb and rig and highline.
It is scary. Don't let them lie to you.
Any last words for the summit? This is how we're ending our mission.
This isn't going to be easy.
One highline we could only rig together.
It's going down August the 27th at 5:30 p.m. Y'all just search online Bridger James, and it should come up. We appreciate y'all joining us. TMR Live, Uncle Chico, we're going to be up after the same piece in the Middle East. Yeah, let's go.
Wake up, Captain, drop a super chat now. Morning run go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. Hey, runner, grab your coffee.